Good afternoon and welcome back to the workbench, where I've previously had the flu, and that's why I haven't made a video for a while, and I just felt pretty terrible. And when I tried to get back into doing some more videos, the first two I attempted to make just failed miserably and completely unusable, so it's taken a while. Now I'm finally trying, third time lucky, hopefully, to do another one, which is just a quick little video about 9-volt batteries, and specifically something I discovered, which maybe some of you already know. It might be pretty obvious. For some reason I just hadn't thought of it, and anyway, I'm just going to share the idea because, well, why not? Anyway, so, like most people, I suppose, I have a bunch of smoke alarms and I have a bunch of multimeters. Okay, well, maybe most people don't have a bunch of multimeters, but have a bunch of smoke alarms. They all take 9-volt batteries. So do all my meters. So do various other things. 9-volt batteries are fun to have around, they're useful anyway. But buying them separately at the shop is rather a rip-off, or at least it is here. I don't know about anywhere else, but they're about $7 for decent ones. Down at the warehouse or the supermarket or whatever, the sort of cheaper places you'd go to. You can get obviously cheaper ones than that, like $2 or less, but they're just really bad quality, cheap ones that will only last 5 minutes in a smoke alarm and probably leak everywhere and just not worth buying. So, go with something good like Energizer, like these ones here. That's what you got to get. Energizer Max are the ones I usually buy. Very good, they last a long time. Good quality alkaline batteries, but expensive, $7 each, $6 maybe on special or something. Maybe $5 each if you get like a pack of 3 in a deal or something, but then that's $15 to buy 3 of them. Still not that great, right? So recently when I was looking around on Farnell to buy some parts and things, I had the idea, why don't I see if they have bulk batteries, and turns out they do, and that's them here. So this is a pack of 24. No, sorry, it's a pack of 12 for $24. That's all I meant to say. About $24 for a pack of 12 of these. These are Energizer Industrial, they call them, 9-volt alkaline batteries. And going by the datasheets I looked up for both the retail Energizer Max and for these ones, they're basically exactly the same thing. If anything, these are actually slightly higher capacity, or maybe slightly higher performance, maybe lower internal resistance, I'm not sure, but the spec sheet I'll show here afterwards, the details. But basically you get practically the exact same battery or slightly better than the retail ones, but these are only about $2 each because you get 12 of them for $24 instead of $7 for one. So the markup on the retail ones seem to be completely ridiculous, considering I'm sure they're still making a profit off these. I don't know how much these cost to make, but if you can sell them for $2 each on bulk, then maybe they're 50 cents each to make, I don't know, or less. Who knows? Either way, it seems pretty obvious that the retail ones are a complete rip-off, and yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to buy them again. I'll be buying these from now on. Initially I did have the idea of looking at rechargeable ones, but probably not worth it. Or, well, price-wise I guess over a long time it would be worth it, but in terms of convenience, I think it'd be really annoying because the highest rated NIM 9-volt battery, or 8.4 volts or whatever, is only about 200 milliamp hour. You can get, and of course it's NIM, they're modern NIM, they don't discharge much, but they still will have a self-discharge, so they're not going to last as long as the same capacity alkaline anyway. And then you've got to recharge them all the time, and yeah, just not really worth the annoyance factor, I suppose. So I looked into that and decided, no, it's probably too expensive and too annoying to bother with. And then you, of course, have to try and find a 9-volt battery charger as well somewhere, which are also really expensive. So I thought, well, I found these in bulk and thought, why not? Especially for multimeters, I mean, these things will last for years and years, and smoke alarm, they should last, for a pretty decent time as usual. So I bought them, and here we are. So that's what this video is about, basically, is just saying if you can find these particular ones, they're probably a much better idea. So from Farnell, New Zealand, these have the code 152-0482. That's the order code for that. The actual Energizer code is 6LR61D12. I'm not sure what the pricing is for these in America or anywhere else, but for here at least they seem pretty decent compared to the retail ones. But yeah, I wouldn't really recommend any cheaper batteries than this. You know, the off-brand like Chinese ones in the junk stores, just not worth it. They just leak all the time. It's never worth buying those at all unless you're, you know, unless you're going to use it up in one sitting and then throw it away straight away. But you know, put them in something and then forget about it. It's pretty much guaranteed it's going to leak. So definitely wouldn't recommend that. But these ones should be pretty good. So I might as well just open the box anyway and have a look at them. Although, you know, what's there to look at really? They're just 9-volt batteries. But I mean, yeah, you get 12 of them in this box. You get little protective caps on the ends. They don't short out, which is quite nice. Not entirely sure that I really need that, but you know, you get them. And there we go. They're called Energizer Industrial. And like I said, these things seem to be pretty much exactly equivalent to the retail packaged Energizer Max. I don't have any of those around here to show you, but you know, everyone's probably seen those. But there you go. So you actually get more of them, much better price. You even get the clever little protective cap on the end, and you get a slightly higher capacity battery or slightly higher performance in some respects. Going by the datasheet, so I'll just have a look at that because that's the interesting part, which basically just proves that these things are exactly the same, almost, as the retail ones. So here's the page on Farnell for the 12 pack here. There's all the data on it here. You can see $24 for one pack of 12. Goes down a little bit if you buy even more of them, but again, still a very cheaper option compared to buying them individually, for example, from the warehouse, where they're $7 each. So there we go. That's the Energizer Max. That's the standard retail type, what it looks like they say there, and that's the industrial one. So very similar and pretty much exactly the same thing. If you look at the data sheet here for the Energizer Industrial, you can see the they don't specify exactly the capacity. I mean, it says on here 625 milliamp hour, and in the data sheet they don't exactly say that, but under this chart here it does show with a discharge of 25 milliamps. Capacity is about a little just over 600 milliamp hour. So that's what that shows here. And if you look at the data sheet for the standard retail one, you can see at 25 milliamp discharge it's rated just a little bit under 600 milliamp hour. So yeah, it does seem to be these ones are actually slightly better performance, and they're like more than 3 times cheaper. So why would you buy these? That's just crazy. Anyway, and yeah, if you go down to these graphs here, these ones have an extra couple of graphs that the retail one doesn't. But if you go down here to this set of graphs here, you can see, I mean, they're just see if I can line them up and switch between the two. I mean, there you go. The curves are basically identical. The numbers are practically the same. The only thing that's different is this little graph here, which rates them as a slightly higher capacity, but yeah. Aside from that, they seem to be pretty much exactly the same thing. So yeah, don't buy these singular ones. Just buy these ones if you can. I don't know what the price of these are at DigiKey or anything like that, but definitely from Farnell, or Element 14 they call themselves now. So there we go. Energizer Industrial EN22. These things here. Buy a pack of 12 of them from Farnell and save yourself a lot of money. How much money? Well, probably about $50. If it's 25 or 24 for 12 of these, if you bought 12 of them at $7 each, that's about $70, $80, and yeah, about save $50 something or more on compared to buying 12 of them in retail. So there you go. Definitely worth it if you can find them. And yeah, maybe a pretty obvious thing, buy stuff in bulk is cheaper, but for some reason I never thought of it until now. There we go. If you haven't thought of it, now you have. So hopefully that was useful, and I'll see you next time.